Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. We are back in action with the Beastmen here, facing up against the High Elves. As you can see off in the distance, there are two Star Dragons over there, so definitely got our work cut out for us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the army composition. We've got Morghur the Shadowgave here in the front line. He did get somewhat of a nerf to his abilities. Only has one charge for Staff of Ruinous Corruption and Spirit Essence of Chaos. Spirit Essence also isn't targetable anymore. It will just happen to a unit that's nearby if they drop below that 20% hit point threshold. So it can potentially be baited out in a disadvantageous engagement, which is a bit of a nerf. Morghur himself is not a crazy good duelist. He does have regeneration, immune to psychology, really nice missile and magic resistance. Well, 75% missile resistance, only 25% magic, which is decent. Poison attacks, only 15 armor though, and only 400 weapon strength, with only 100 armor piercing, so not the best duelist in the world. He's not terrible, but he will definitely get bullied by two Star Dragons. There's no question about that. In the front line, we've got a mix of Bestigor Herd and Gore Herds with shields. Gore Herds with shields can soak up a bit of missile fire, better than the standard Gore Herds. And Bestigor Herd did get a bit of a buff. They're now 75 unit models, and they also, I think, got better melee defense. I would need to check on some other things, but just overall they feel like they're a bit better, a bit tankier, and definitely a good pick in this matchup. We've also got mixed in here on the flanks and in the rear Ungor Spearman Herd, which are very cost-effective low-tier spearmen. The one thing that makes them really cost-effective is Primal Fury. Primal Fury is the kind of the army-wide buff for the Beastmen, similar to Martial Prowess for the High Elves. Primal Fury is basically like Frenzy. It's constant buff that drops if the leadership goes below 50%, gives immunity to psychology, melee attack, charge bonus, and speed, which is very, very nice. For the rest of the army here, we've got a Death Shaman hiding in the woods here. He's got Fate of Buna, Spirit Leech, and Soul Blight, all very good picks here. We've got a Gorbel out on this side. I know Al Gorbel was wanting to see some more Gorbel, so here you go, buddy. This guy's definitely going to be needed in this matchup against these dragons here. He's supporting this squad of Centaurs with great weapons and these Chaos Poison Warhounds. We've also got Centaurs with throwing axes, which is one of the best toolkit units in the Beastmen roster, in my opinion. These guys do a lot of armor-piercing damage. They're very decent in hit-and-run charges on skirmishers and other light troops. In the late game, they can be very strong, so definitely like these guys a lot. You can see they're going to be pitching some axes into the side of these Phoenix Guard here, which is a great target. For my opponent's build, beyond the Prince and the Star Dragon and the other Star Dragon here, which is very, very scary, he's got Swordmasters of Hoeth, White Lions of Trace, and Phoenix Guard out on this flank, two regular archers and with light armor, and one Lothern Sea Guard with shields. So interesting picks. This was keep in mind this battle was fought on the first day Mortal Empires came out. So, everyone's still playing around with new builds. We'll go over the build and what I think the High Elves should bring here afterwards, but I definitely like this Beastmen build here. And let's kick things into full motion as the battle is about to begin here. You can see the infantry lines rushing forward. Morghur just got blasted by a breath there, which actually didn't do as much as I thought it was going to, mostly because he got knocked over. But right now, the two Star Dragons landing on top of him going to be absolutely bullying him. But meanwhile, the mainline engagement's going off here. The Bestigor Herd are going to trade very well here. They should beat White Lions straight up. The Gore Herds will do okay. They have a decent charge bonus, but they will get outclassed here by the armor. We are pulling around. We did get back in the chicken coop here, and getting on these archers, just now going to get a beautiful rear charge here with these Centaurs with great weapons, and just absolutely devastating this front line here. These White Lions are really struggling. This Phoenix Guard are trying desperately to catch this mobile force, but they're also being pursued now by Gorbel, and these units of this one unit here of Bestigor. Bestigor will be very, very good against the Phoenix Guard. Trade nice and cost effectively there. Meanwhile, pulled up some Chaos Spawn here, and it does look like we're going to be... Unfortunately, Morghur is very, very low. He's getting beat up pretty badly here, but the other unit of Chaos Spawn gets summoned up right here. And with both these units of Chaos Spawn, they are going to be pretty useful in helping to hold the dragons in. You can see both these dragons are going to be doing, one of them landing here, another one getting a nasty breath attack. And yeah, did that just kill Morghur? Oh no, Morghur's over here getting eaten by a dragon. But Morghur is weak to flame damage, and all dragons have flaming damage, at least on the High Elf roster. So he's going to really, really get punished here. This let's see. Death Shaman did drop a Fate of Buna on these Phoenix Guard. As you can see, they're pretty much done for at this point, so that's going to be very good for me. A lot of my large units are going to be needed to help take down these dragons here. You can see I'm just surrounding them with Chaos Spawn here, and Gorbel, I don't know if you can see him super well, but yeah, there he is. Come on, Gorbel, get him. Yeah, chop that dragon. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage to the dragon and is pretty much the only hope I have left, as well as these Centigors. The throwing axes are going to be able to apply some pressure at range to the Star Dragon and, you know, make some pretty good contact. Meanwhile, Prince flying over using the let's see, I forgot what that item is. Bane Shield. Interesting. I've not seen that used very often, but oh man, that breath attack roasting some of those Chaos Spawn. Probably wanted to target on the Gorbel, but I'm not sure if he would have probably hit the Chaos Spawns anyway, but they are degenerating, so I'm not sure if that was the best use of breath, but in the infantry battle, the Bestigor herd have mostly won out in certain pockets. The Swordmasters were able to do very well, obviously, but the Bestigor herd just continuing to push through. My opponent's trying to collapse all these forces in here to spring these Star Dragons free, and Morghur is still alive for the moment, but definitely not going to be having very good of a time against this Star Dragon here. You can see he just took a ton of burst damage. Gorbel is trying to come in here to protect, but Gorbel himself is going to get punted around. He's a big guy, but he's not big when compared to a Star Dragon. But yeah, Morghur barely alive here and actually going down there. Wow, to the Star Dragon. Gorbel's pretty much going to have to hold this together by himself. I'm not sure where the Shaman got off to. It looks like he got routed off. Now coming back, going to be able to hopefully drop some Spirit Leeches to help finish off these dragons. Both getting very, very low at this point. Balance of power still very close. We've got Bestigor fighting up against the remains of the Swordmasters and the White Lions here. Going to be a very, very atrocious battle here. The Martial Prowess is gone for the Swordmasters, but no, actually, is it still up? No, it's not. Okay. But, yeah, they're going to be able to pretty much outclass all the infantry I have left. I'm going to have to be really, really careful. I'm a bit of a break here. We've got some guys terror routing off over here. Just a general retreat. But this one unit of Centigors with throwing axes is staying strong. They've still got quite a bit of ammo, and they've taken very, very little damage, which means they'll still be able to do some really nice work. This Prince on the Star Dragons landed here to try and get on these Bestigor herd, but he's in the range of these Centigors with throwing axes, so a couple of good volleys will actually bring him down at this point. Unfortunately, Gorbel shatters and Morghur shatters, but the Prince is in really, really rough shape here. This other Star Dragon trying desperately to get on these Centigors with throwing axes, but they are going to be able to pitch some volleys. And let's see, who do they throw at here? Oh, they actually throw at the Prince, and oh man, down to 600 HP. This other dragon gets bogged down in these Ungor Spearmen herd, who are doing a very good job holding out here, and just coming clutch in the late game. We've got Bestigor rallying as well, despite the lack of leadership. There's no Shamans around, there's no Gorbel around, but the Beastmen leadership still holding very, very strong, surprisingly. And now, with the Lord routing, I'm going to be able to use the speed of the Centigors with throwing axes to get over here and apply some pressure, and we should be able to bring him out of the sky if we get one or two solid volleys there. Throwing axes coming in the air. One volley wasn't quite enough, but it looks like he's down to only 361 hit points, so is it going to be enough to bring down the Prince? If we can bring this guy down, balance of power starting to go in my favor. The dragon goes down, and a very, very tough stuff for the High Elves. The Swordmasters of Hoeth now almost wavering. The White Lions holding steady, but still quite a few Beastmen units rallying now on the field, and we're going to be able to get a really nice rear charge in here. Oh, looks like actually pulling up just short, wanting to use up the last of my armor-piercing ammunition here. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for the High Elves. Their leadership can't hold up to that, and that'll be game. So, well played to my opponent. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that battle. Man, 2 Star Dragons is a lot to deal with. You can see the Prince only got 47 kills, but this other Star Dragon, 122 kills. Very, very good stuff. Swordmasters of Hoeth, 189 kills. Excellent work there. And 68 on those White Lions, 120 there. Very nice. The issue is the Phoenix Guard, which he very much needed to take out my large units. They got inundated by that Fate of Buna, and they were really aggressively pathing after the Centigors with great weapons, which then allowed them to get caught by this unit of Bestigor herd, which you can see got 127 kills and 2 chevrons. They murdered, absolutely destroyed those Phoenix Guards. So the Centigors with great weapons getting some good rear charges in there and taking out the archers early was absolutely clutch. The more clutch, though, definitely was this Centigors with throwing axes in the late game. 3 XP chevrons and 48 kills, as well as lots of damage done on the dragons and finishing off that Prince. With the lack of leadership, these guys came in very, very clutch in the end game there. So very nice. I really, really like these guys. Definitely recommend picking them as the Beastmen. Morghur was able to get off both of his Chaos Spawn summons, thankfully, but did get pretty much destroyed there. The Bray Shaman was able to get a Fate of Yuna on the Phoenix Guard, that's pretty much what I needed. The Gorbull did some really nice damage to Star Dragons and just kind of helped, deal with them. Unfortunately, he did get routed off there in the end, but, definitely made a good showing for himself, considering how much lighter he is than the Star Dragons. But Ungor Spearman Herd also hanging around until the end. I really, really like these guys as a low-tier Spearman. Low-tier Spearmen are kind of the bread and butter of a lot of factions, and Ungor Spearman Herd are one of the better options in my opinion. So, hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. I'm keeping it coming with more Mortal Empires content every single day, so stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.